Crowd surge at Gaza aid site kills 20 Palestinians amid desperation. According to the Associated Press, a crowd surge at a food distribution center in the Gaza Strip killed 20 Palestinians, primarily from trampling. The site is run by the Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Fund. While this was the first fatal incident at one of the fund's sites, hundreds have reportedly been killed by Israeli fire on roads leading to aid points. The event underscores the severe humanitarian crisis as the 21-month war continues. EU approves 18th sanctions package targeting Russian oil revenue and shadow fleet. According to Reuters, the European Union has approved new sanctions against Russia, targeting its energy revenue and shadow fleet of oil tankers. The 18th package of measures aims to close loopholes that have allowed Moscow to circumvent a price cap on its oil exports. The Kremlin responded that Russia has adapted to such measures and developed a certain immunity to Western sanctions. Zelenskyy discusses missile supplies and pilot training with France's Macron. According to Reuters, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy held talks with French President Emmanuel Macron regarding missile supplies and the training of Mirage fighter jet pilots. Following the discussion, Zelenskyy stated that peace talks with Russia need more momentum, signaling Ukraine's continued dual strategy of bolstering its military capabilities while remaining open to a negotiated settlement to the ongoing conflict. Torrential rain pounds South Korea for third day, forcing thousands to evacuate. According to Reuters, South Korea is enduring a third consecutive day of torrential rain, which has forced thousands of people to evacuate their homes and seek shelter. The severe weather has strained government resources and raised concerns about potential economic disruption in the highly industrialized nation. The disaster comes as neighboring North Korea also deals with recent flooding, though it has refused offers of international aid. Philippines president to discuss trade and security with U.S. amid tariff threats. According to Reuters, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is set to visit the United States to discuss critical trade and security issues. The visit comes as the Trump administration's looming tariff threats create economic uncertainty for many Asia-Pacific nations. The talks highlight the strategic balancing act for countries in the region navigating their economic ties with China and security alliances with the U.S. U.S. tariff revenue soars to $64 billion in Q2 amid trade pressure. According to the Economic Times, the U.S. administration's aggressive tariff strategy generated $64 billion in customs revenue during the second quarter, a significant increase from the previous year. This revenue now accounts for 14% of all federal tax receipts. Major trading partners have largely refrained from retaliation, fearing a full-scale trade war ahead of an August 1 deadline for new trade deals. U.S. manufacturing sector contracts for fourth straight month shed 7,000 jobs. According to the Associated Press, American manufacturing activity shrank in June for the fourth consecutive month, with factories shedding 7,000 jobs. The sector has now been in decline for 30 of the last 32 months, with businesses citing massive tariff uncertainty and higher borrowing costs as primary factors for delaying investment and hiring. Factory payrolls are now at pre-pandemic levels despite recent government initiatives. U.S. retail sales rise 0.6% in June, showing consumer resilience. According to the Associated Press, U.S. retail sales increased by a better-than-expected 0.6% in June, rebounding after 2 months of declines. The growth was driven by spending on autos, clothing, and online retail, indicating continued consumer resilience supported by a solid job market. The data suggests shoppers are withstanding anxiety over tariffs, though some spending may be motivated by efforts to purchase goods before new import taxes are implemented. China's economy shows robust growth as U.S. trade truce eases pressure. According to Reuters, China's economy grew at a robust pace in the second quarter, benefiting from an easing of trade tensions with the United States. Chinese officials stated that successful trade talks make a return to a tariff war unnecessary. The government is also taking steps to encourage foreign reinvestment to counter a slump in foreign direct investment and capital flight amid geopolitical uncertainty. Reckitt sells its essential home stake to Advent for $4.8 billion. According to Reuters, British consumer goods giant Reckitt has agreed to sell its essential home stake to private equity firm Advent International in a deal valued at $4.8 billion. The move is part of Reckitt's strategy to streamline its portfolio and focus on its core health and hygiene businesses. The sale reflects ongoing corporate restructuring trends in the UK market. Wall Street hits new records as strong earnings boost tech and consumer stocks. According to the Associated Press, the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq all closed at new record highs, fueled by strong corporate earnings and positive economic data. The rally was led by a 7.5% jump in PepsiCo shares and a surge in technology stocks after Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, reported better-than-expected profits driven by high demand for its AI chips. Bitcoin surges to all-time high above $118,000 on regulatory optimism. According to the Associated Press, Bitcoin soared to a new all-time high, surpassing $118,000 for the first time. The record-breaking rally is largely attributed to growing optimism around a more favorable regulatory environment in the United States, as lawmakers advance legislation aimed at providing clarity for the cryptocurrency industry. The total crypto market capitalization has now exceeded $4 trillion. U.S. House passes landmark stablecoin bill, sending it to the president. According to Reuters, the U.S. House of Representatives has passed the first-ever federal legislation to regulate stablecoins, a type of cryptocurrency pegged to a stable asset like the dollar. The bill, which now heads to President Trump for his signature, aims to establish a clear regulatory framework for stablecoin issuers. The move is seen as a major step toward legitimizing the digital asset industry in the U.S. Wells Fargo suspends employee travel to China following reported exit ban. According to Reuters, Wells Fargo has suspended all non-essential business travel to China for its employees. The decision follows reports that a senior executive at another firm was subject to an exit ban, reviving concerns among multinational corporations about the risks of conducting business in the country. The move highlights the growing operational challenges faced by foreign firms in China's complex regulatory environment. U.S. reverses ban, allowing NVIDIA to resume AI chip sales to China. According to the Associated Press, the Trump administration has approved NVIDIA's request to resume selling its H20 AI chips to China, reversing a ban imposed in April. The decision follows lobbying from tech leaders and is linked to a broader trade deal involving rare earth exports. The move is seen as a strategic pivot to allow U.S. firms to compete against Chinese rivals like Huawei while still restricting access to top-tier technology. OpenAI launches new ChatGPT agent capable of handling autonomous tasks. According to Reuters, OpenAI has unveiled a new ChatGPT agent that can autonomously handle complex tasks for users. This evolution of its AI application moves beyond simple conversational responses to performing actions across different software and websites. The development marks a significant step toward more capable and integrated AI assistants for both personal and business use, further intensifying competition in the AI sector. France investigates Elon Musk's X platform for data tampering and fraud. According to the Associated Press, authorities in France have launched an investigation into Elon Musk's social media platform X over allegations of data tampering and fraud. The probe adds to the growing legal and regulatory scrutiny facing the company across Europe. It highlights the persistent challenges for big tech firms regarding data privacy and corporate governance, even as the industry's focus shifts toward artificial intelligence. Meta and Mark Zuckerberg reach settlement in investor privacy lawsuit. According to the Associated Press, a settlement has been reached in a lawsuit filed by investors against Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and other company leaders. The lawsuit stemmed from allegations that the company mishandled user data and failed to disclose risks related to privacy violations. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed, but it resolves a significant legal challenge for the social media giant.